Live Healthy is brought to you by Kirk Market.
Welcome back to Daybreak. As you know, we are in the hurricane season now. So what other supplies would you need to consider when you are doing a grocery shopping before a hurricane actually hits? Of course, we're here at Kirk Supermarket this morning with Andrea Hill, nutrition expert. There's so much food right here on the table.
And this is just a fraction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When hurricane season comes around, your cart is always just like full to the brim. And I mean, you have to be prepared.
You do have to be prepared, and in that preparation, I know that, good health and nutrition go out the window pretty much because you're in a mad rush to get everything else, your house in order and so on. But really what we're talking about is surviving the season or surviving a hurricane. And with that, you need to feel good, have energy, think Survivorman, those episodes out there. It's all about nourishing your body properly so that you can actually get through it. And here's just an example, a fraction of what you can find here on Kirk.
Well, the one thing that I took from just now from what you said is you want to make sure that you could survive the season. And when I looked away from you, the first thing I looked for was a chocolate bar. And it's right there. So I just, people always think of, like you said, the canned foods and, like not what you might actually want and crave for after a hurricane.
Yes, I know.
Also, when you get stressed out, you always get kind of like craving for different things.
And believe me, there is always room for chocolate in any and every situation. So you do want that feel-good food there. Yeah. But know that, you're not also trying to seek comfort out of those unhealthy canned and processed foods, because really and truly, a processed type of food, when it digests in your body, it actually draws on nutrients in its digestion. So it actually ends up really impacting and compromising your energy levels when this is a case when you are really going to need and tap into those energy stores, right? And of course it starts with hydration, which of course we have to have that water there. But it also, we're talking about fruits and vegetables and those protein foods and getting your calcium and your whole grains and so on. But I want to just note here for people, we always just start with the canned stuff. And really and truly, in a case of fruits and vegetables, I'd say this as your last resort for your fruits and vegetables. Start with what's in your freezer. If you have frozen berries, if you have frozen vegetables, obviously eat the fresh stuff first and then the frozen is next. And then it's your canned stuff, okay? Because we always have stuff like this still lurking in our refrigerators and so on, in our freezers. So use those. And start with fruits and veg that will quite easily last very long. You don't want to have a pack of fresh raspberries that's going to go off in a couple days.
Kiwis and such.
Exactly, right? Soft fruit. These ones have a bit more, strength to them, right? Of course, your power foods, nuts and seeds, your protein sources. I don't have it on here, but even the boxed forms of tofu, if you're a vegetarian out there, or just drawing into more of your canned beans in this case. Your canned fish, certainly great varieties, from salmon, sardines, mackerel, all that stuff. Really, really great.
And then over here we have granola. That is to a sort of, you take a little bit of it and it's like, okay, I'm satisfied for a couple, for a little while.
Right. The thing is, what I wanted to show for a lot of people is, when you talk about your cereals and stuff, you can go for something that is either quite easy to munch just without milk, or something that is going to be a lot higher in calorie than, let's say, like a Rice Krispie type of cereal. That is not going to sustain you. But a granola, in this case, a gluten-free, so we're, good to our gluten-free friends out there as well. Any type of cracker, a gluten-free cracker, and a lot of these Tetra package types of milks. There's so many dairy alternates now, and it's amazing. I was actually, when I was choosing the stuff for this segment, there are so many more options that Kirk's is carrying now. I'm very impressed, actually, as a nutrition person. So this is a very good example of what people can get out there to nourish themselves.
And I find as well, even not just hurricanes, but any time of the year, I tend to, when I get a little hungry or a little like, kind of peckish, a spoon of almond butter or peanut butter.
I agree.
It'll help you.
I agree. And again, bottom line, this is just going back to the fact that if you have a food that is packed with nutrients and calories, you're not going to need a lot of it. So that's important.
Well, was that your last words for the
That's
segment?
my last word.
All right.
Be prepared.
Be prepared.
Yes.
It's kind of remind me of the Lion King song, Be Prepared. Anyway. Thank you, Andrea, for
welcome,
having
Lisa.
us here at Kirk Market. All right, don't go away. There's more happening right here on Daybreak. Stay with us.
Live Healthy is brought to you by Kirk Market.